You
I
know,
love how you cringe every time right before it happens, Christy.
it's, it's like I guess hearing yourself like, ugh. But you know what we should do? One of these times we should really sync ourselves up to the music, and we could all do the Night at the Roxbury at the same time.
Okay.
Um, hey guys, welcome to another week of Big Brother here at Tally the Votes. We're going to talk about all the things you saw on CBS and a lot of stuff you didn't see. And if you are one of the ones who's only watching the TV show and not getting spoiled, you might be a little surprised this week.
You
Um,
just might.
you might be. I'm Christy, and today I'm here again, as always, with Jamie and David. David just recently back from his excursion southernmost point. How are you guys doing?
I'm doing good. I'm so pumped about this week and how it ended up because we don't get a lot of joyous moments in Big Brother, but I had to run and go put on my victory lipstick and just be like, yes, yes, finally something good
I
happened.
was gonna say this might be the very best ending to a week that we've had this season for the three of us,
Week
right?
I
44 shines again.
Day
I
44.
I
Day 44, yeah.
I have to say that, for somebody who was very vocally anti-Rachel for what, 4 or 5
You're
years
so thankful
longer,
for her now, aren't you?
now I'm like, and I don't know if it's just my newfound affection for redheads. It
Could
could
be,
be.
could
Okay.
be.
But she's, I mean, awesome, and she vanquished he who should be vanquished
Yes.
And
this
she's the
week.
only person who seems to understand what they're doing, playing a game.
Yep.
So there is that. So yeah, so Miss Rachel Riley got to be our new HOH this week. And yeah, how do you guys rate it? It was, oh, you say the best one. What do you think, Jamie?
This was the best week I think we've really
Yeah.
had in the house because we have somebody in control, not afraid to make the appropriate moves. Not like a case of HOH itis, just like here's the thing. All of the Rileyness of it aside, which we will get into.
Mm-hmm.
If you are in that house and you have one person on the block who everyone is like, oh my God, they've kind of lost it. They're being really mean. Oh my God, they're being really mean. You know what? That's the person you keep in the house. The person you get rid of is the one that goes, oh God, I hate to vote for him. Like, I love him. Everybody loves him. Oh, I just love him. I don't want to vote him out. That means he got to go.
You gotta go. So
That's
it
how you
actually worked
play
out
it.
better.
It's mind-boggling how terrible this house is at
Okay.
playing Big Brother.
So I was thinking about this and how they all sit around and talk, and every single player, even the ones that they all seem to be just saying what other people want. They think other people want to hear, right?
Yes, all
I
of them.
I honestly don't think that any of these players are being honest with any of the other players. Like not at all.
They're not being honest with the other players. They're not even being honest with themselves. And all of them have, at some point, well, most of them, not all of them, but like the ones that we see a lot, the ones moving around a lot, the Kellys, the Vince, they're very like, oh God, how America must see me, how America must see me. It's like they're
Stop it.
so afraid to
Stop it.
be
Yeah.
like
Just play the
gaming.
game.
Yeah,
This
it's
is why I
frustrating.
think until tonight, we were just kind of moving pawns back and forth on the chessboard, right? It was just
Yeah,
kind of,
Well,
we'll go this way, we'll go that way.
yeah,
Tonight,
except they're all pawns except for Mickey, maybe, and Rachel.
yeah.
I feel like tonight, the way they split the house,
The way she split the house, I mean, that was
sure,
brilliant what she did.
sure. But the way that all went down, I feel like this might be the first week where maybe some lines are drawn for people.
Thank God, because
Finally, yeah,
what it felt like is this entire season is a group of people, like this isn't the real world. This isn't a group of
right,
strangers
right.
forced to live together,
And
and
run a
start
and
being real, and
run
none
a
of them are
business
being
for
real.
something, or
Yeah.
yeah,
But they're not they weren't playing like in a way it's like we are being forced to get rid of somebody, so who do we have to get rid of versus Rachel who is like no, like you want this to be where like you want to get somebody out. Like that's the thing. Like you want to get somebody
Yeah.
out. So now, thanks to Miss Riley, she put that split in, and now people, I mean, they might want to get her out, but now people are like, I want to get this person out. They gotta
And it
go.
and it was a 5-4 vote, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's good for the House because it's going to cause lots of chaos.
Well, and
Yes,
people
Sweet
and
chaos.
people need to start making some decisions. You can't
Yes.
I
have
want
an
to point
alliance
out
with
too
everybody.
that our teacher friend from the Northeast, Rose, says yes, happy dance. And
Ugh.
Ro, you speak for America tonight. You really do.
Yep.
And possibly the actual America.
Yes.
Well,
Oh,
there's
Miss
there's some
America. America
scandal around
Lopez
her
is
today.
America Lopez is likely quite cheerful about this exit.
Oh,
Yeah,
well,
she's
that's good.
she's a little busy though because Johnny Bananas went after her on a podcast pretty good.
Well, listen, she's actually playing a pretty good game right now. So, Mr.
Did
Bananas.
you read the whole thing?
But isn't
No.
Mr. Bananas like old
I'm
enough
not
to be
gonna
her
I'm not
dad?
gonna
Like, leave her
dignify it
alone.
with talking about it here, but he just
So
basically said
basically, he's being like Mr. Bananas B.
yes,
Okay.
yes he is.
Okay.
Wait, did America
You
go
can
on
read
the
it. You
challenge
can
or
read it on
something?
your own.
Did she
No.
go on the no? Okay, I just
Yeah,
okay,
she's
but
on the challenge
Oh,
is
she is on the challenge?
I wondered.
with him.
I gotta watch it. Paramount,
I
right?
didn't even know.
Okay,
I
I'm gonna
didn't
get
even
it.
know.
Yeah.
I didn't even know
Um,
this was a thing.
But I will say this: at the moment when Ava went in and agonizingly had to do her vote, which I really felt bad for her. That was really hard, and it sucks to watch her have to struggle like that. But as
She
soon as
looked
we,
like she couldn't remember either of their names. If you
Oh,
go
I
back
don't
and
think
look
she
at it,
wasn't
Like,
confused,
I
David.
think-
She was really, really conflicted. She is friends with both of them.
no, I think she knew she was the swing vote.
Yep.
Rachel said to her out there before they started to vote, when they came back from Blockbuster and they were all talking, Rachel was like managing Ava. Did you see that? She's like calming her and telling her it's like you have to vote for, like, we have to keep Morgan. We have to keep Morgan.
Mhm.
We have to keep Morgan is what she kept telling Ava.
Yep.
And it's a good thing she did because Ava, even with all of that, Ava almost screwed the pooch. Let's
Yeah.
be honest.
Well,
So
and I've kind of been wondering how it was gonna go because when Rachel like decided to put up Riley, she really didn't discuss it with anybody. Ironically enough, the only two people she ever really mentioned it to was Lauren, who swore up and down she didn't tell me that she was going to put up Riley, except she kind of did, and Keanu just thought she was joking. So,
I
you
guess
know,
take her
other than
seriously,
that,
guys.
but
You know.
Ava came to talk to her, and I mean, Ava was like, listen, this is your game. I can't tell you that I would have done that. That's not exactly who I would have picked. I don't really agree with it, but I'm not like going to go against you because of it. Like, this is your HOH. And, you know, so it was clear from the start that Ava was like, because Ava is buddies with Riley. You know,
Well,
so
from what she knows, what she's seen, she might. I have a
she
feeling she'll
might
change her mind.
that.
I think she'll change it.
She might.
She seems to be a modern lady.
Yeah, I don't know that
and-
she would dig some of the things that she'll see.
and Jamie, you left your Survivor AU name, so I went ahead and took the liberty of giving you a new screen name.
Thanks. I like it.
I figured you'd enjoy that.
Yeah. Adios, Rodeo. See you later.
So as soon as they said, because she was the fifth vote when she said it's official, I just stood up and cheered. I screamed like this was
As-
a major sporting event for people who sports ball.
Yep.
It was
Yep.
amazing.
As
Like,
did the internet, as did the feedsters and the other podcast hosts who
Yeah.
podcast all things Big Brother. We
That is-
are all one this evening.
Now, there's often times where TV will get me, reality TV especially, but it has not happened for quite a while, and it hasn't happened this year on Big Brother. So, well done there.
Well, and this is
Ava.
coming from a long history with a show where we've had people like Aaron and Mickey, not this Mickey, but previous
Yeah.
Mickey. I mean, we have watched some people say some pretty atrocious things
Mm.
out loud. And even worse, we've watched some of those people get massive fanfare, like Cam, because the CBS
Cam.
edit gives this false
Yeah.
illusion of someone's personality to the point where they win America's favorite
Okay.
player, or win the game, and it just it sucks. We all can get behind someone being devious and a villain and winning, and in her own way, Rachel was that when she
Absolutely.
won.
Yeah.
But to see someone who's actually just kind of
Just like
crooked
kind of
in their core, it's
just
tough to
like
watch
yeah.
them win. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's nice when you see like sucky things happen to sucky people
Do you
sometimes. He just is.
do you guys think though that this is CBS's plan to have one thing that they show that's just like bubblegum and niceness for the regular folks? And then that's, they'll show the real things on the live feed, enough to keep people like hungry for it and going
I
like
I I don't. I wish almost in a way that it was that contrived because it would be like at least there
at
was a
least it's planned.
purpose.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's like I really just think that they have the edit they do. You know, you got to think this isn't like 10 o'clock at night television. This is when the family's around the dinner
Sure.
table television, and they want young people to get invested in the show too. And so they're gonna candy coat some things for sure. Also, some of the people in casting tend
They didn't
to
candy coat Eagle Dick.
no, they didn't. I mean, could you? He couldn't now at all. He couldn't. Like,
Mm-mm.
there's just no way. But I think that realistically, some people, especially certain personality types, where we won't leave a diagnosis on the table right now, but certain
Mm-mm.
personality types are really, really good at selling themselves in interviews and on
Sure.
paper, and everything looks great. And you cast someone that you think is going to fit this type and they're awesome. And then you find out they are not that at all, but you
Right.
keep kind of trying to make them that because your story depends on it.
It's easy to hold a mask on for just a little bit. It's hard to keep it on for all these days in a
You
row.
can't
You
you
can't.
can't do it the whole
Yeah,
time you're
you
living
can't.
with all these people. Yeah,
But I will say that I think that CBS benefits from it because
you bet.
if the TD edit and the live feeds were the same, I don't think that people would even watch the live
Well,
feeds and or talk about it on the internet.
well,
It
we've been
wouldn't get the
talking about this
traction.
for years, though. It's the difference between the casual fans and the fans who are really really into it. We always say it was like it used to be back in the day. We have said it was the Facebook and the Twitter fans. Now maybe
Right.
it's Blue Sky or whatever else is out there. But my point is that the Facebook casuals all love this guy. I mean, they're all on the internet right now going, I don't understand why he's thrown out. Why is anyone happy?
Yep.
And he was like a creepy, creepy, creepy dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had some
I mean, to the point that her family was thinking about flying to Los Angeles. I
yeah,
mean,
they
To
literally
intervene. Yeah.
yeah,
yeah.
they
They're
said
ready
on
to
the
step in.
socials that if he's not voted out, we're flying in.
Because it
He
was about their opinion was that he was manipulating her and they could see how she was being manipulated by him or
well, and
something to that
it's not
effect.
just manipulation because realistically when you are in a game and that happens, manipulation kind of
Well, yes. Not,
gets
I
to
don't
be a certain
right.
way,
It's more
but
like, yeah,
but he was controlling of her and
controlling
possessive.
and kind of it was on the low it was on the level where you could start going, that's abuse.
Yeah.
Like that's not
And
cool.
Well, it was certainly like sleeping with the enemy type of controlling. I mean,
100%. He even looks
yeah,
like that dude now with the mustache.
yeah.
Yep. And
Like,
thank you very much, Wentworth. That was a joy to watch. Miss Kelly Wentworth is like delivering the skits this week.
you have
Uh,
to go post that over in the Facebook.
the thing that I think that we're seeing with it is that there comes a place where you have somebody, and far be it from me to make such a massively general assumption, but this woman said in her own bio, like, I have been through some really hard things in life.
Hmm.
Like, I have been through, she made a point of
Yes,
like, that's part of who I am. I've been through these terrible things,
which
but we
was
don't
why
know what the
I
terrible things
liked her
are.
immediately because I was like, oh, she's a tough girl.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
she'll do good in this game, and I think she would be doing far better if he'd never been in the game. And I
I
hope that she can
really
finally
wish
play the game now
I
without him.
I'm so upset because I feel like in another world, if Riley had not been in this cast, I do think that her and Jimmy might have been an amazing alliance together. But I don't know. There's something to having somebody who has made a point to tell the world that she's been through like a lot of stuff and some traumatic things, and then she's getting like followed by this guy who's telling her like, you're not allowed to be alone. You have to be with me. You can't be
Yeah,
alone with other people. You have to be holding my hand whenever someone else is in the room. That's stupid. Why are you talking to them? I'm going to marry you. This is how it's going to go. Like, why won't you kiss me? You need to be holding my hand. Where were
yeah.
you? To me, that is like, and then her family jumping in as quickly as they did tells me kind of where that some of her backstory might be. And you know what I love? Normally, I get a little bit irritated sometimes with the internet having to feel like they need to course correct everything they see. But this week, last week, it's been really good seeing the internet come together. And in the Big Brother world where we all just tend to argue, it was nice to see so many fans and podcasters, people who normally don't go that far out of line on talking down about CBS's choices,
Mm.
really step out and go, no, this is not okay.
Well,
This should not be allowed.
it's been a couple weeks where it's like CBS should step in. Something should be
Hmm.
said, and then it just
Hmm.
keeps like that gets louder and louder each week. So there was a conspiracy theory this week among fans that CBS had told Rachel get him out, and
But
and
it may be.
and maybe uh CBS has her there for a reason. She knows how to she knows how to play the game.
She knows what to do. She
She
Well,
can
took
play the
him
role.
out. Yeah, and she's
here's
trying
an
really hard to convince people too.
here's an interesting comment by Rowan. I'm going to put it up, and then I think we should talk about it
Yeah.
because maybe you want to take issue with it, but I want you all to see it. Oh, somebody should read it. I'll read it. Rose says, I can add, though, that Rachel is just as controlling. I really, really dislike her. What she did with Lauren about using the veto was very manipulative, and that's only what I saw.
I
And
I
I
agree
think
that
that's
she
a game
did.
move.
I
That's an
do
Yeah.
agree that she
absolute game move.
manipulated. Yeah, she
Mhm.
manipulated and tried to control it for sure. There was manipulation, but
Riley
I
was controlling on a personal
Yeah, it had
yeah
nothing to
yeah
do with the
or even a sexual level, and that was gross.
yeah.
well,
I
because
think that I really do think that unless you go and look at the clips that the internet will hold at this point in time, so you can kind of get an idea of actually how bad it got.
yeah,
But realistically, Rachel is trying to control her move, and Lauren was like a loose thread that she was desperately trying to control in some level. However,
And
again,
threatening the veto holder is as old as Big Brother,
yeah.
yeah,
right?
I
If
mean,
the HOH goes,
right.
if you do this, I'm putting your person up.
well, yeah. I mean, that's
That's the
fair.
game.
If I had the veto to use on someone, I would want to know if I do this, what will happen.
And then
That's absolutely
how
something to speak
smart was
about.
she to then blame Riley being on the block on Lauren?
Yeah.
She made a choice. She chose Vince over you. She
Now
knew you were going to go up.
I
I
will
think
say
that's good gameplay. I don't think that's manipulative in the way
it is,
Riley's manipulating somebody.
Yeah,
but
because what he was doing had nothing to do with the game. As a
right,
matter of
right,
fact,
right.
he was hurting his game and hurting her game by the way that they were acting. Like
Yeah.
it was not cool.
Yeah. And the funny thing is with this is a
Thank you,
great
Ro.
opportunity that Ro brought this up because the whole dynamic between Rachel and Vince and Lauren is actually really like it's so funny, and I want so badly to have all those that don't watch the feed get to like see all of these things at once in like one of those montages or a package that CBS likes to give us on the Wednesday night shows, because it's so funny because Vince and Lauren sat there and talked with each other forever about how she needed to go up and she needed to talk to Rachel, and see where Rachel was at about if she used the veto and because she wanted to save Vince and all of this. They talked about this forever. But the repeated thing was, I'm so scared to go talk to her. But I'm like scared to go talk to her. Like, I'm so nervous to go talk to her by myself. And Vince won't even talk to her by himself, but he's like coaching her on how to go talk to, and it was like watching two kids try to convince their mom that, like, it was so, they were just children all week
Do you think
about
that's
it.
because both of them are like knew of her beforehand, since they're like fans and knew
They're
her?
both fans, and
Is so
I
they're
think
like
it's like a,
intimidation levels there of like, oh, Rachel's tough, like, oh.
yeah, and I think they're both afraid to make Rachel not like them. I think that plays a big part in it. So I'm not even like just crap talking their game on this because it
Yeah.
was pretty bad. But like, here's two people that are fans. They're young, and like, oh my god, this like queen of the game is sitting on her throne, and you have to go and bow down to her and like have mercy. That's not what was like the case at all. So when Lauren finally gets the courage to
To
go
just
and
go up
talk to
there. Yeah.
Rachel. It was so awkward, but it was awkward because you're watching her just be like this little kid, and she's like, "Oh my god, I'm so scared. Oh my god, I'm so scared." And then when she told her like, "I kind of don't know that I'm going to like I might be using it." And Rachel's like,
What?
why? That's dumb. Like, that's not a good move. And it isn't just a bad mood for Rachel. It's not a good move for Lauren. And that's where Rachel was getting annoyed because here we go again. Someone who doesn't know what the hell they're doing in this house. And okay, so they have their feelings about it, and Lauren has every right in the world to use that veto if she wants to. She tells her, well, it could be Riley. Like, somebody is going to have to go up. If you take down one of my nominations, I'm going to have to put somebody up in there
Hmm.
to replace them. And the numbers are getting pretty small. Like, so
Yeah.
she warned her, like, so Lauren leaves, and then every time Rachel comes out of that HOH room for the rest of that day and night, you can see Lauren like scattering away, doing everything she could
Jeez.
possibly do to like run out before Rachel could come in. It was the funniest thing to watch. And like, she's trying so hard not to make eye contact with her. And it's like, honey, like, she can be intimidating because you grew up watching this person, sure. But like, she's just a person. Just
She
just tell her,
is.
that was your decision. This is my
And you know
decision.
what? She kicked butt in OTEV.
Yeah.
Good job.
Hey,
I
we
did not
got past
expect that.
one round, like last year when the game was over in one round.
Yes. Yes.
So
And what do you
it's a
guys
little
think of
better.
this year's OTEV? The Hog Father.
I mean, it's never going to
So
be as cool as the possessed squirrel, or,
I
No.
don't know. This one was so funny to me, and the little
the
pig,
The
little
little
guy.
the
stinky guy.
Squeaky or whatever his name was.
Stinky,
Yes.
right?
Stinky. Yeah, his little comments every time, it was just, I was dying. It was really funny. It was a good theme, I thought,
They
but
do a pretty good job of coming up
and
with
they were
ridiculous
just
things.
they were so grossed with all that. What was it he was dumping on them?
It was
Concrete. It
cement,
looked
so
like,
they could
right?
sleep with the fishes.
Sleep, right? And it was just like, oh, it was so
Yeah, and
funny.
it looked just like it was like flour, sugar, and water.
Just
Like,
paste, yeah,
yeah,
like
just
just
gross.
total paste. I'm like looking, I'm like, oh my gosh. Will was actually the luckiest one, I think, because it wasn't going to be like stuck in his hair for the
Oh,
rest
but
of the
he
week.
made the fatal flaw. He's like, it's all in my hair.
Here.
Well, it's on
It's
my
on my
head.
head.
It's like, no,
Oh,
dude. So,
Will.
I suppose maybe for gentlemen, it might be one of those things like, you just never get over that you don't have it. You just naturally think you do still, until you look in the mirror and go, oh,
You
that's right.
don't. You don't.
Oh,
You
that's
know it's
right.
not there.
You do? Okay.
Yeah, you're
You're
very
aware.
painfully aware of it.
You're aware.
Okay. Well,
And I've
so
I've
really good
really
OTEP.
I've enjoyed Will. I'm glad that he got a chance to play. I like that we had so many fans get to play it because Lauren, fan of the show, got to play OTEV. Vince, fan of the show, got to play OTEV. Will certainly has been a longtime fan, got to play. That's pretty cool because that's kind of like the milestone game.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah, there's the wall, blah blah blah, but OTEB is
OTEB's better.
it is.
But just because it's a time for them to like have fun. The people who aren't playing in it have so much fun watching, right? There's all these jokes. They're being kind of entertained. You know what I mean? I mean, it's not quite Zingbot, but they get a little. He gets
Not
a
as
little mean
zingy as
sometimes.
the Zingbot.
Oh, Zingbot is going to have a field day
Oh, I
this year.
cannot wait.
I kind of hope that Zingbot comes in with a huge replica mustache of Vince's mustache.
Here's what I would love. I would love CBS to show what Zingbot would say to the people who are already gone. Because if Mickey's not still there when Zingbot comes in, we're gonna miss some good zings.
Yeah, it's true. There'll be something to be said.
But it'll
about,
come.
yeah.
But the wall is happening this tonight. And
Is
won't
anyone
see it.
else super annoyed that we don't even get to have like the first minute and a half of the wall on live?
Whatever. Morgan's gonna be the first to fall. If
Fate
that
speed.
happens, I just
And
think
then
that's so funny.
and then she's going to proceed to cry because she cries. She's like, "Oh my gosh, I had breakfast." She
Yeah, okay.
cries more than anybody I've ever seen on a show.
But speaking of Jamie's,
Vince
winner's
cries
pick,
about as much as Morgan does. He does.
Did
Okay,
you-
but I'll give you
did
that.
you see her arms in that muscle shirt she had on?
That woman's
Her
arms
are
amazing.
just what is going on. Yeah, I think it'd be funny if she dropped first only because she's talked about it so much that
She's
that's her
built herself
competition. That's her
up.
competition.
She's really let everyone know. It sucks because she's my winner's pick, and I'd like to see her have HOH because I know it would be a chaotic week based off her HOH. And given like the other people in the game right now, I don't have a lot of interest of
Okay.
anyone else getting the
So-
HOH.
I do not want Catherine to get it, and I do not want Mickey to get it.
I don't really want Lauren to get it either because she'll just stare at the damn monitor all week and not make a decision.
If Catherine wins, she's gonna target Rachel.
For sure. I
And
think
that's-
all of them are going to target Rachel, to be perfectly honest.
You think so? Even the
Morgan
judges
might not. Morgan might not. Ashley might not. But Mickey would.
Yeah,
I
Mickey
think
needs to go.
Keanu
That's why
would
she
at this
can't win.
point.
If they can get Mickey out next, I will
Keanu
be a
wouldn't
happy
put her
camper.
up. I don't think.
Keanu and her have been having a really good week together, but over the past couple days, they're kind of separating it. And look at the vote. Like, he tried to save Riley. He didn't want Riley
Well, because
going.
because he thought Riley was
Yeah.
his friend.
But
And
that's
let's be
the side of
honest,
that's the side of the house that Keanu is actually more loyal to in his head,
in
which
his
is
head.
which is really ridiculous because Riley is not nearly as loyal to Keanu as Keanu thinks.
Right. And that's the thing. Keanu was in this bad position where week after week he was on the block and he had to keep trying to approach people and try and make something happen. Nobody wanted to work with him. There was a whole week where no one even spoke to him, right? Him and Kelly. And so he's kind of like, oh, these people
God, and I
talk
don't
to
want
me.
Kelly
Oh,
to
they're
get an
so
HOH
nice.
either.
I'll protect them. They're going to protect me. That's the only
I
reason
actually think
Keanu-
Kelly's going to win the wall.
She could.
I think she could.
Mhm.
That's my prediction for the wall.
Yep, she definitely could.
And then who does she put up? Because she's
Rachel.
maybe.
Yeah, Rachel, probably Mickey.
The problem with putting Rachel up,
Keanu,
if
maybe?
you're her, you better hope she goes home. Because you're public enemy number one if she does.
And she can win comps.
And she can, and she'll, if she wins the HOH, that will be the person she targets.
I mean, because there are some comps that we have in this game that are over and over every year we see them, right?
I
Some
kind of have a
she's played some of these before.
sneaking suspicion if Rachel goes on the block at the beginning, the veto challenge is going to be like a true or false or how many times or one of those.
She's
I
good
would
at
bet.
those.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but you're right. I think Kelly has got probably the best chance at doing really well on the wall. Morgan probably would do well with strength, but I mean it's a different kind of strength than just
Yeah, but Morgan's
muscle
tall,
strength
isn't she?
because
She's tall. She's lean.
Right. So it's
she's got
usually the
upper body
pint-sized
strength.
people that
that
do
have a
well on the
lower
wall.
center of gravity.
No, but I don't think she's
But
that big though. I feel
she's
still
not.
would say she's on like the thin. She's lean.
No, but I think she's like 5'7".
It's the tall thing only
Where
really
Kelly
matters.
looks to me to be like 5'2".
the tall
Oh,
thing,
Kelly's taller than that. She has
Is
to
she?
be.
yeah.
I think so. Yeah,
Well, okay, the tall thing really matters if you're at a certain height, simply based on the fact that your feet are bigger.
that's
So
true.
I think it depends on where her what her foot size is,
And
honestly.
really,
But because she has such good arm tone muscle, she could
yeah,
hold herself up there for a long time.
yeah,
However, can she handle it when there is freezing cold water and goop being thrown in her face? Because that's a
Rachel
different
could.
that's a different tolerance. So
Now, do you think they put the wall right in after Rachel's HOH because she can't compete and they were like, "We'll do you a solid, Rachel." Maybe she even told like, "Listen, I can't compete in this next OH. Make that the wall. I don't want to see the
do
wall."
that at the wall. There was some talk that it was going to be
Ugh.
the wall, and then they changed it from the wall because they were all so convinced it was going to be the wall. But I mean, that's just a conspiracy theory, I think. I don't know that we have any proof for that.
But it's still the wall.
It's still the
Um,
wall. The wall's going to happen. How well do you think Mickey would do at it?
No, she'll be down in seconds.
Yeah, I think so.
yeah, I don't think Will
I
would
think
do
she
okay.
could
I
be the
think
first one out. I think Will hang for a little bit, but
Catherine
Uh,
could do good at it. I mean, we've seen
I
it
think
time and time again. When your number one alliance member goes, it gives you the
it lights a
steamroll.
fire in your belly. Yeah,
Yep, yep.
well, who
that's
knows?
Just
no.
And
You
there's
don't
no
want his
real
fire
indication
girl.
of how athletic or how not athletic Catherine is, but that would be a good HOH,
Yeah.
only
yeah.
for the sheer chaos of it.
I wish that it would be a chaotic thing, but you want to know what it'll be? It'll be Catherine going
Crying about Riley all week.
quite precisely, Catherine to be like, Rachel's going up because of Riley, and then probably Keanu, and I don't know who her third person would be for
Will
sure,
probably.
but it would be very like. I think it would be. I don't think it'd be very messy. I think she would have a point. She would make it, and we
And
probably lose the best player in the house right now.
but because she would be HOH and everyone would want to come talk to her, nobody wants to tell the HOH, "Hey, I don't want to talk about what you're talking about," which means Catherine would talk about Riley all week to
Yep.
everybody.
Yep. Because Riley left, I have to get rid of Rachel because
No,
she got rid
no,
of
she cannot
Riley.
win.
Oh,
It-
that would be delicious. Only in so much as it would drive Legal Fergus to drink
Oh
if he had to
no.
listen to that for the whole week.
Actually,
I
Riley's not in the house no more. He's not in jury or anything. So maybe if they start talking about Riley, they'd all start going, "Well, actually, he was kind of weird."
It's a little bit of what you
Wouldn't that
do
be great?
better,
Oh,
Catherine.
please.
Catherine, you could do better.
You can do better, girl.
I think they're all going to be shocked what was going on around him when they get out of the
No,
house.
I agree.
The fact that they were never out of the same room together, every time they walked in the room, had to be holding hands. Other
Oh.
people
Brendan
didn't
and
notice
Rachel.
that.
No,
I'd be like,
but they all think like Mickey, it's like talking about it, like talking about, oh my God, he like loves you so much, and Catherine, oh my God, you guys are so cute together. Like literally
what
nobody
else do you have to say
has,
though?
literally
Well,
nobody has
maybe he
gone.
wasn't saying the creepy stuff in front of other
No,
people.
and he
No,
wasn't.
I'm sure he's not, but I'm sure. Okay, you remember what it was like. This place is kind of like high school, and you remember
For
what it was
sure.
like in high school when you had that friend, and then all of a sudden that friend gets a boyfriend, and then you never see that friend no more.
Yes.
Well, that happens as adults. I mean, I haven't been to
Sure.
Wisconsin in
But
a long time.
But I feel like that's what they'd be. I feel like they would have had amongst themselves been like, all they do is hang out together.
You
Like,
would-
are they not
you would
playing a game?
think maybe something like that would come along. But I
But
mean,
it didn't?
look at Nicole Franzel. I mean, she won Big Brother from sitting in her bed next to Cody, like
Oh,
the
that's true.
entire season. And Brendan and Rachel, like the only time they weren't really pretty close together was when they were doing a competition.
Well, yes, they're being close together, but weren't they? Didn't he want to spend like alone time with her all the time in other rooms without people in there?
I mean,
That's the
yes, but
thing,
the
that-
second they
that-
would walk in, he would just flip the script. I mean, like there was one night where he was like F bomb this, F bomb that, Keanu thinks F bomb this, like GD, Keanu, like just ripping about Keanu. And like
And then
he
Keanu
walked in
walks
and he
in.
was like, "What up, brother?" And like hugs and like
Did he have his big butt at that time? Because that
yeah,
would've been
yeah,
really
yeah.
funny.
It might have been the big butt week actually.
Did you all enjoy when Morgan was trying to talk to Lauren about using the veto, and Rachel just would come up and talk nonsense? I love that. I love that strategy.
And that's the thing.
I
People are
mean,
like, oh,
and
it's
we
so
know
hard.
we
But
all
she's
know the
playing,
Survivor
guys.
player that kind of created that, and oddly enough, there he was.
He was on tonight. We got to see
No,
my favorite Sparkle.
he's
Okay,
getting a
like
he's getting a
this
little
man.
big.
Listen,
Hey,
guys, this is
we
some
all are.
CBS,
Come on.
some CBS malarkey. That you cannot convince me that Boston Rob has watched a single season of Big Brother in 15 years. There's no way he has been watching Big Brother. Like he looked so uncomfortable talking to Julie. Like
He was like, these chairs are stupid. Like these bar stool things out here. What is
Well, and
this?
he's like,
she sure put the full court press on him to try to commit to playing, and he didn't bite.
Well, but I think that was maybe more like foreshadowing that they're going to try and get more Survivor players to play.
I mean, because
That's what I
Survivor's
think.
had Big Brother players, so
No,
two
we
of
had
them?
Survivor
Two.
players too in Big Brother.
Sure, Suri.
Well, Suri, I suppose,
So
yeah. But
they're open to that. Let's go. And since all these players have gone over to play Survivor, went to do a lot of them done traders. Come over and do this. It doesn't have to be just Serene. Come on over.
there's a lot
Poverty.
of people that they could bring over there.
She'd be awesome.
Wentworth,
She
for
would.
instance, is a
Sure.
good option.
What if they did an all Survivor player season? That could be epic on Big
Oh,
Brother.
just not the physical players, like all the like best strategists.
It just doesn't
Yeah.
matter. Bring them all in. Some
Yeah, that's
physical,
true.
some
That's
not
true.
right.
Yeah,
You
no,
know,
everybody.
you
Bring
put
'em all.
Tony in there, and you put
And, like,
I don't want the big
because-
guys. That's the thing. For Big Brother, if we were going to pull Survivor players in, I don't want the big players like the Suris and the Tonys that are off in Australia. I want like Omar. I want that
Franny.
person at Franny. I want Franny. I want Omar.
I want-
I
I
want
want- I
Cochran.
want only,
I
like-
want
I only want like
that.
2 people after season 40.
yeah.
Okay.
But
Well, there
I
might be
want the
some in there.
people that the Jesse Lopez's. Like I want the
Jesse
people
be-
that
Yes.
are strategists. So
Yes, that'd be great. Well, because this next season of Amazing Race, which is also on CBS, is all Big Brother players. So the idea that they would
Big
get
Brother
all
and
Survivor
family,
into-
friends.
Big
yeah.
Brother into Survivor could be a separate thing, and maybe we'll get some people from Amazing
And
Race going on
if
Survivor.
you
I don't know.
thought one Tucker was cute, well, in Amazing Race, you're going to get 2 of them because his twin is playing.
Except his twin and him, they look different.
They look the same, sort
I
of.
don't think they're the same.
One has better
Um,
hair than the other one. I'm going to be
I cannot
honest.
believe we have gone on the tangent of Amazing Race. No, it's going to be good though. It's going to be good.
Yes.
I'm very excited.
Now, back into our week of Big Brother. I know that I had some opinions tonight on Miss Julie's wardrobe, and I really
Yeah.
want to talk about that. We do have to take an 8-second break first, and then when we come back, let's discuss Julie. Okay. All right. It counts. So the next
Phew.
time that we have this break, I really want everyone to hold their breath
I
the
was
whole
gonna say-
time.
For all 8 seconds?
We
Yeah,
just
let's
need
see.
we just need to give something to the people,
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Something to the people. Okay. Julie's outfit tonight. Let's talk about it.
hmm
Red dress.
It
Looks
was like
good?
that. It was like tomato red.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
looks really good on her skin tone. That if I wore it, I would look like what? It would look bad on me. But it was that color was gorgeous on her.
Yeah, it was she looks good in red. She looks really good in red. She looks really good in blue, and she looks really good in like an ivory color. But there was something different going on with her hair or face. It was I don't know. There was something happening, and I was like, why does Julie kind of not look like Julie right
Yeah, you said
now?
her face looked weird to you. Who knows? Maybe she
Yeah.
had some injectables this week.
Maybe.
You know,
ma-
maybe she
maybe
needed a
it
little
was,
filler or a little something. You know,
yeah, like maybe she had a me
mean, not-
day.
not bad. She just looked. You thought like something was.
Just something was
was a
different.
little- yeah, different.
Yeah, just a
Yeah.
little different.
Well, I will tell you this: every time she sits on the chair and she gets sitting there, she's always got those super high heel shoes on. She always hooks her heel on the leg of the thing,
Yeah.
on the stool. Okay, you guys have noticed that too.
Yes.
I am always like, girl, you're gonna mess up the backs of your heel. Stop. You're gonna rip that heel right off. Stop it.
You're gonna try to get up and you're gonna fall.
Stop it. That's not good. Like, what if she
Do
just
it.
broke her
Don't do it,
heel?
Julie, for the love of
Okay,
God.
so I think I'm glad that I'm not the only one who's seen that and gone, don't do that. Stop. But what else just to do? They should give her a different, like an actual, like a director's chair has that actual footrest there. They should give her a real footrest. Come on.
Come
Come on,
guys.
CBS. Help her out.
Or just make shorter chairs.
Yeah, make a normal chair. Why
does
still
it have to
sitting
be so
in-
tall?
Yeah, there's no bar for the bar
Taylor didn't seem to
stools.
have trouble sitting on it.
I don't know.
Because she's got legs from here to Hollywood.
Yeah, I know what you're gonna say, and it's true.
She was given a little bit of thigh. It was a little high on one side. I went,
Yep.
"Ooh, girl," but it was fine.
Yes.
She was covered. It was fine.
She got the
Yeah.
legs to pull it off.
She does. She can pretty much do all of that. She's one of those that can do all of that. Now, okay, what else have we got this week that is really important? I do want to point out that, because we kind of brushed over it really quickly, but Ava, when she had to go down and sit there and come up with an answer, I laughed so hard when she was like, "You sure I can't vote Mickey?"
Yeah, and then she was like,
She
Yeah,
was
it
like,
was-
I think she was really had her fingers crossed that it was gonna be Mickey, because that one was like, okay, I can
That
vote
was
out
easy
Mickey.
for her.
Yeah,
That was
I'm
easy
not
for her.
torn on that. Yeah,
But when that switched up, and when Mickey won the blockbuster, she was like, "Dang," because nobody thought Mickey was gonna win that.
no.
No.
I mean, it's a crapshoot game, but you know what? Riley was right. It was his own fault. He locked in at 29. He still had another 40 seconds.
He initially didn't lock in.
Yeah, he just stood
That-
there and waited, and
that-
I was like,
well,
"Oh my
that
God,
was a-
he's gonna win
What
this
are
because
you
that's
doing?"
smart."
Yeah.
I
That
thought
was
it
a good
smart.
strategy until she beat him, and then he locked in.
Well,
And there was a minute left.
and
Yeah.
well,
If she
Morgan
beat you, you better
locked
go
in.
for another one. Like come on.
Morgan locked in right away when she hit that 29. So, okay, now you are officially tied with Morgan. That's not a win. That
why
means
would
you need to
lock
keep
in too?
rolling now.
Yeah, duh.
And
She
he
just
locked
helped
in
you out.
after Mickey already had hers. That's what didn't make sense. He was the last one to lock in.
Maybe he had to.
Maybe he's not very smart.
There's a chance he might not know what he's doing.
I mean, he did say that riding a bull was easier than playing Big Brother because he's been doing that for 15 years.
That's just another day at the office.
And I'm gonna guess with a lot of other dangerous sporting activities, your head takes a beating sometimes.
There could be a few concussions in
Just
his
saying.
past. It's true.
Yeah.
I did kind of like, when Julie was saying like, well, you told her that you loved her. I didn't like that she was doing
Oh.
that because we need to stop pretending like that was a real romance.
Okay.
But then he's like, oh, you heard
You
that? It's like,
heard
that's
that?
not all we heard.
Oh. I mean, my poor husband's like, who are you talking to? I'm talking to the TV the whole time going, oh no, we saw it all. We saw it all. We heard it. We saw it.
We were
yes,
there,
we did.
buddy.
Yep.
We were there.
Did you forget there were cameras everywhere? Oh yeah, we saw. Wait till you get to see what
We
we
saw every painful shower.
Oh yeah, that time when you pretended in the shower, we saw that.
Yep.
We saw
Yep.
that.
We saw it all, buddy.
Classy, super classy. Your parents are super proud, as are your 3 kids.
Illegitimately.
He has 3 kids.
Yes, he has 3 kids. Did he tell her about his 3 kids? Because no one has said anything about it. So it makes me wonder: do you really love this woman when she comes out and he's she thinks she knows him, and then he's
Is it
like, oh, by the
isn't
way,
that like the thing that you're supposed to do? Like you go on a date with somebody, you're like, oh, I kind of like them. I'm gonna have to tell them I have kids.
okay. Number 1 question when you're an adult should be like, have you ever been married?
Yeah. Do you have kids?
Right? Do you have kids?
What's your job?
What should you have?
Are the kids
Vince,
still in the
you
house?
Do
need to
you have
leave.
one? Yeah,
Are the
exactly.
kids still in the house? I have no experience with this recently.
Exactly.
What would you
So
know?
So the idea that I don't know, there's that was a weird relationship. That was weird.
Well, I, for one, am glad that we do not have to watch it. I mean, the crying about it is going to be eye-rolling, but it is not going to be, like, triggering. So,
And
Wouldn't it be great if she Sunday's like, I never liked him anyway.
Give her the
That
I
would
game.
was
be
just
Let her
shining
win.
him on.
I might change
Give her
my
the
winner's
game.
pick.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Yeah.
here's the thing: we might have been able to see the beginning of the law competition today if they had not given him that extended amount of time to say goodbye to everybody. That
Why
was
did they
ridiculous.
do
Julie
that?
was pretty mad at him.
They need to do something. They need to do something about that because that was way excessive. It was like double, triple what some people get. Give me a
It's
break. It was
and it's like
too
every
long.
person that leaves, it gets a little bit
He
longer.
hugged everybody more than once. And at one point I'm like, oh my god, he hasn't even got away from the sofa yet. He hasn't even
Okay,
come out of the you. I'm
this
like,
is
oh
all
my
right. This is
gosh.
where okay, this is so perfect that you bring that up because you know what this was like. This is again another one of those.
I mean,
Even
he's
though
from
it's not,
Oklahoma.
that's true. Even though it's not the most obvious sign, but if you come off of the live feeds for the last couple of weeks and you watch it, or you have ever lived with or cared about somebody who is in a relationship with somebody like this, that him not leaving thing is very similar to some of the stuff that he's done this week. He finally gets the courage up to go and talk to Rachel about why she put him on the block. And it was the weirdest thing to sit and watch. Like, it's the best way I can describe it because he would say, "Well, Rachel, like I just don't understand. Like I was never coming for you and we were working together." And she's like, "Yeah, but Riley, like I talked to you and I talked to Catherine and neither of you seem interested in working with me and somebody had to go up. I told Lauren that somebody was going to have to go up." And then he sits and stares at her for like 4 minutes without saying a single word.
And she didn't flinch.
And
Oh,
she just
she's
sat there and like stared back, like not angrily,
yeah,
not
right. Just
daggers,
like
you
and
know?
didn't like get defend like yeah,
Yeah.
he didn't get anything out of her. She
No,
took
and
it.
you could tell
She's
it
a
was
lot more controlled in her game than when she played the last time.
so much more.
Yeah.
And it was so creepy to watch because then it'd be like 4 minutes of that. And then he'd go, "Rachel, like I grew up in a small town and like I didn't know how to trust anybody. Like I was really hard for me to be able to trust you. And then I trusted you. I grew up like I wanted to trust you, you
Like
know?"
seriously.
And then she just said, "They're like, I don't know what else to say, Riley. I'm really
Yes,
sorry."
I'm sorry, Riley. Every single other person in this house
And
has had
he
an
would
amazing life
not
with
leave
no
her
challenges
room.
ever.
It
It's
was
just
4 minutes of staring, then some really like gross, like, like clingy, over the top statement, and then 4 minutes of staring. And this went on for nearly an hour. And then he finally left. And when he left, like she made eye contact
with the
with the
camera.
camera where it was all like, "Oh my God." Like what
I wish she
that
would
was
just be
you
like,
could just see how
like
much
what?
that was for her to sit and deal with.
I gotta wonder, is she the oldest female in the house? I mean, I knew Will's the oldest
Yes,
player.
yeah.
Right,
Yes.
but is she older than Mickey? Yeah.
Well, no, I think Mickey might be a year or two older than her.
Okay, but I wonder
Yeah,
if
she is because
if
Rachel's younger than I am. Yeah, Mickey's the oldest.
if on some level Rachel saw through his bullcrap and saw who he was, and it was just the maturity that allowed her to do it. You know what I'm saying? And life
Mhm.
experience, and
I'm
that
sure.
she kind of instinctively knew who he was.
I'm sure that some of it
I don't
was.
know.
I'm sure that some of it was like that. Brendan did do an interview with Taryn this week on RHAP. He
Yeah,
did
how was
join.
that?
It was pretty great actually because Brendan was talking about Rachel and some of the things that have been said in the house and what he thinks, what angle she's coming from. And I really think what it looks like is Rachel knew she had to make a move. That looked like it was probably the best move for her to make. And I mean, when he's sitting there and saying that kind of stuff, like you said, she has kids. She can tell when somebody's doing the like,
Mhm.
that thing. So there is some of that. He talked about some of the stuff that Mickey has said because Mickey has said some pretty nasty things about Rachel. And at one point, like Mickey was saying, like, all she's nasty and manipulative, and just like she was in her season, she hasn't changed a bit. Like, having a husband and kids doesn't make you a good person. And he was like, I mean,
Ooh.
she
Wow.
didn't say that to Rachel's face. He's like, and I am so glad that she didn't. I don't want her to know she said that, because she'll go back at that. I mean, she'd come back at that. She would defend that. You start talking about her family, she's gonna get
Oh
upset.
yeah,
Well,
then
there's
you're gonna get the old
and
Rachel.
and
Mhm.
let's face it, it is absolutely impossible for Rachel to be the same person she was when she first played. Like we
Yeah,
all grow. It
that's
doesn't matter what you do. Everybody changes. And becoming a parent and getting married, these things change a person.
yep,
She's pushed two kids out of her. She's
yep.
not the same. And yeah,
Yeah,
that would be super rude to be like, oh, you have had no growth. You haven't figured anything out.
that's just
Whatever.
it. When you come to a place when whether it's because you have children, or you have a deep spiritual connection to another person over a long period of time. When you love something outside of yourself more than you care about yourself, most of the
Yeah.
time, it changes who you are and where your priorities lay. And I think she's able to dial some of her, Rachelism back a little bit when she needs to. It still comes out because she is still her.
Right.
But
She's
that
still a
stuff
redhead.
with, but that stuff with Mickey, it's mean spirited. And I think Rachel, if she's had enough of it, she might say something back. But there is a part of Rachel now over the years that has developed the, like, well, sometimes when people are cornered, they say mean things. I'm not going to sit here and take it personally because it's going to damage my game.
She thinks a little bit before now, right?
Yeah.
I was
Are
just
you? Are you?
checking.
Oh,
Mickey
go
is
ahead.
35 and Rachel is 40.
Oh,
So
okay,
Okay.
Rachel
okay.
Okay.
is the oldest.
Oldest one. All right.
Yeah.
So, do you think that? Are you at all surprised that Rachel hasn't really solidified really deep alliances at this point with anybody? Kind
No,
of.
because her people that she would have got voted out.
Yeah, but
Amy and
Amy
Jimmy.
and Jimmy.
you would think she would have found somebody else at some point.
I mean, She's put in the work. She's put. I mean,
Yeah.
there was the start with Keanu. Ashley is becoming closer and closer to her. And it's funny because her and Ashley actually do make a
Well,
good
and
match, a
Mickey
good
and Mickey
friendship.
and Mickey angered Ashley pretty good.
So
Mm-hmm.
she's
That
so
was a
jealous.
dumb, such a transparent dumb play.
Yeah. Yeah. Ugh.
Yeah.
It's it's
She's so
just
mad that Ashley's
shocking.
talking to Rachel because she's not talking to her.
Yeah,
Right?
it's
It's like
shocking
that,
how
right? She wants to
bad
control
these people are at playing this game. I mean, we
They
always
are.
have players that aren't great or just really bad at it, but they're usually surrounded by
Well,
other players that kind of get it.
and hopefully, maybe that's it right there. None of them understood how to play this game. Finally, Rachel's HOH for the week. And maybe they got a real view of like, oh, shoot, this is how you play the game. And so maybe now they'll finally start playing and understand that, oh, like this person voted for Riley to stay and these people voted for him not to. And
Yep.
it makes you realize kind of who's working with each other. Because before they've all just been fluffing each other. You know what I
Yeah, and
mean?
it's like the game started this week in a lot of ways.
Yeah,
Finally, thank
so
God.
I'm
But
really
we always
hoping
say every year we say that it starts out
you're
slow.
right. You're absolutely right. But I mean that's most of these shows, right? They always start out a little like ho hum. So I'm hoping now they like push that gas pedal down a little bit and everyone will see that hey, you have to do some things to actually win this game. You can't just sit around all the time
You're
all
gonna
week
have
and
to
go.
do a lot more things.
You can't
like
just go, but what if we kept Riley?
Now,
But
I heard, maybe it might have been Brendan in this interview. It might have been Brendan that said it. Don't quote me on that, but he said that Vince was playing very much like an Andy Herron game, and I was like, oh my god, he he totally is. Well, guess what? That Andy won. And like
yeah.
and his season was,
Vince is not going to win this game.
you know. I don't know. Against normal people playing, maybe not, but with these guys, he
No,
might.
no, I don't want to say. I listen. I am trying very hard every week not to say any yays or nays about him. I'm just kind of like, shh, like because
I'll
We
I'll
still,
give him
still
this.
have our original winner
But-
pick, and I
but-
think that's pretty amazing at this point.
But I will
kinda
give him
is.
this
It
week.
kinda is.
Okay, Vince was on the block, and he
Yeah.
looked like a pretty good pick on the block.
Yeah.
And he managed to talk to Lauren and work it out and get himself off of the block. He gave somebody
had to-
his veto.
She
Gave
had to
her
like
veto.
proclaim it in front of everybody that she's fake.
And truthfully-
that's huge.
And
I'm saving this
truthfully,
person. Yeah.
she used her veto to save him, and it actually would have been better for her that Riley wasn't up there. Like, she damaged herself saving him.
Which
So I
only
will give
just
him that.
which only just like has to solidify them together more because she can't go that way. That person's gone.
Yeah.
And
But
she's
it's
put
also
all
it
out there
also
for
it's
Riley-
also a
for-
testament to the game Rachel's playing that she made Lauren pay a price for bucking her.
Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely. I just don't know if any of these dummies would be sitting at the end having to pick between somebody like Rachel or whoever else is sitting next to her and would have the just even the scruples to say, you know what, you were up against a lot and I can't believe you're back here and we kept you here and you deserve to be the first 2-time winner. I just don't think any of them could do it because they'd be like, I can't make eye contact with her. She's so mean. Guys,
Yeah, but-
no, she's not though.
I always see her having like very level-headed conversations with people,
She's
except
not
for
mean.
when they told her, "Oh yeah, we're keeping you at least jury or whatever that was," because that's not a compliment. That's,
Did you-
that
did-
would
did any-
have made
Right.
anybody mad.
Did anyone else think Morgan was going to cry about the M&Ms? I thought for sure there was going to be tears.
Mickey, the M&Ms.
Morgan
Mickey,
cried
the
about
M&Ms
it.
thing, that's our thing.
That's our
Yeah,
thing,
Morgan.
Mickey.
Morgan.
Not the M&Ms.
She's cried about it. She's cried about it.
She literally said that, not the M&Ms.
Yeah, she's walking around with this bracelet of Zach's that he left behind, and she's like convinced, like, oh, he might have left this here for me.
Oh wait, never mind. There's a black and white picture. I was gonna say at this point she doesn't even remember what he looks like. You know, when you've only
Yeah.
known somebody a short amount of time. and
She's
then you're like,
so
"What did that look
funny.
like?"
She is.
Yeah,
She's a spunky little thing. She really is, and I want to root for her. I so do. But girl,
She's
you
a
gotta
little
get
kooky,
it
but-
together.
Yeah.
Get it together. But you want to know what I have seen this week? She is a really kick-ass little dancer.
Is she?
Yeah.
Oh
she's
yeah,
fun.
they did do those dances, didn't they?
Yeah, she's great. I just
Um,
wish she was better at this.
You know what though? But I feel like she could, if she was better at this, I think she'd be a more obvious threat to people. And I think if she's like acts a little like, I don't know, screwbally and sometimes about things, maybe that helps her.
I would
in their
think
eyes,
so,
maybe?
Yeah, maybe like a little bit. Well, it's sort of like Ashley. Ashley actually has a lot of really, really good reads now and then. She'll just be like dead center right on something that no one else is seeing. But she's so messy and terrible with her social part of the game that she's never going to have any credibility
Yeah.
under to get any traction and move forward.
Who was it that she told that she was a lawyer? She said that to someone, and I remember thinking, fatal flaw, don't ever tell
Don't
anyone.
tell
If you're not going
anyone.
to tell, you don't tell. If you're
Nobody
gonna
has
tell, you
secrets
tell
in
right
this
away.
house. The
Huh?
only
Yep.
secret in this house is that Riley was actually a creep. Everybody, all the other secrets
Everybody
are
knows
out.
that she's a lawyer.
I'm pretty sure that it's been, yeah, discussed. Like at least half of them know. Yeah. There's no surprises anymore. You know, there's just not.
So we all
Ex-
got our winners pick. They're all doing pretty good.
They're all
maybe
hanging in
this-
there.
Yeah, nobody's winner
Literally
pick is
hanging in there.
nobody's winner pick is
Yes,
really
Christy.
threatened at this point.
Right. Right. And we hope that they join an alliance and take out Mickey this week. Would that be
Yeah,
great?
yeah. Get Mickey out. Get rid of Mickey. Keep
I mean,
Rachel.
they all are members of the judges together,
Ah,
right?
we are corrected. Ashley has only told Will that she's a lawyer.
Okay. That,
Mama
I
Mia
couldn't
903, thank you.
remember. Thank you so
But
much
who
because I
was-
was like, there was somebody that she
Who
told.
Will knows, but somebody else knows. Who was the last person voted out?
Does Will really know? Because Will could have just been going,
Right,
oh
right.
yeah.
Who was it that was out last week?
He's
See
like,
how little we care after we move past him?
Oh.
Whoever
It's
it was
time.
last week, I believe it was the last week's player said, yeah.
Last week was Zach.
Yeah, that's what it was. He's like,
Zach.
oh no, I know she is. So Zach knew too. Because when they told him, like, did you know that Ashley was
They
a
told him
lawyer? And,
when.
he knew in the house. He knew in the house. He's like, yeah, she had said something. So, like, there's really no surprises. There's the secret powers. What secret powers? That doesn't
Mastermind.
happen.
They killed him.
we,
Secret
have
careers.
we have a conspiracy theory in the chat.
Ooh, let's
And
okay.
despite the fact that this man's username is an Eagles song, I'm going to go ahead and put it up.
But he's not telling you to take it easy.
Listen,
He's saying,
it's not
I'm taking it easy.
It's not Don Henley, okay? This is a safe space, David.
It's not Glenn
So,
Fry either.
taking it easy, opines. They cheated during the competition. We did not see Mickey roll that ball and get that score. Production placed that ball there.
You know?
Okay, so let's say for a second that could be a thing. If that was a thing,
I'm
what
not
would
even
their-
going to say there's no way. I'm not.
why would they have done that? Would that have been to get her off the block to make Riley the bigger target because they wanted Riley out?
Well,
Yeah,
the Mickey Rachel rivalry has a possibility of, if they can both get enough allies, of making the season really good.
Well, I mean, I don't think that they would manipulate the show in order to do that because, with Brendan talking about it, Taylor talking about it, past alumni, all are in agreement that the only way that they're going to take this man out of there is that you have to... he has to lose. Like, he has to be evicted out of the house. That's the only way that they're going to go ahead and do it. Thank you, Mamma Mia. I know that I heard it in an interview, but maybe that's what I'm thinking of is when Julie talked to him.
Yeah.
That's the general consensus, is that the only way that production is going to push him out is he's got to be evicted out. It's the chips are going to have to lay, but if this conspiracy had any validity, it would make sense why he locked in at 29.
Okay, they didn't put it there. There was a trap door where it lifted up into place.
Right, because Mamma Mia points out, she agrees the camera angle was terrible, but how can we place a ball with Riley and Morgan right there in the room? That would be hard to do.
It would just be like, it would be some
Unless
James Bond stuff. It'd be like one ball would like go down and one would come up over here way farther down the line.
This is a Helen was pushed situation. We
Our
need
Eagles
two
fan
different camera
yes.
angles.
Our Eagle fan retorts that production wanted Riley out due to all the
Exactly.
creepy
Yeah.
complaints.
I think
That may be true,
I
actually.
think that if they sit around and they have to, God, we really hope this goes this way this week, right? As they're writing things, they had to have been going like maybe Riley needs to go. And I mean, I said there was a conspiracy theory about them telling Rachel to like put him up as a replacement mom. So it very well could be.
Okay.
And,
Okay. Let's pretend for just a second. Let's follow this through.
Oh, I like pretend.
Let's follow this through.
Let's pretend it was a good cast.
Yeah.
Let's start there.
especially they're all
long
amazing
time.
players. Okay.
So if anything along the lines of this is true, that he was pushed out of the game by production, but they had to kind of make it be a little bit more like this is just natural gameplay. Where they push an idea into somebody's head, not telling them that they have to do something,
But just kind of
manipulating it. Or even if they just walked over and placed that ball at the level they did. However, let's just say that, okay, that's the case. One, now we think about Riley pushing that button at 29 and just standing there. Then we think about Riley, you have been evicted, and then spend 7 more minutes in the house not leaving because he's probably like, well, F you. And then he has to go out and be interviewed by Julie, and he
was
has
very
to,
gracious with her though, but
and he has to say, it's my
I
own
thought the
fault.
hug was creepy.
it's my
own fault I got evicted.
I mean, he didn't get mad. He didn't curse. He didn't like get mad about anybody. He didn't say anything negative about anybody. So, I mean, that was that.
Julie was not enthused about that hug.
Oh, that's
No, she
fine.
was
I
not.
don't.
I
think
thought she
she's
was going
very-
to go air hug.
To be fair,
Bring
she's
it
not
back,
usually
Julie.
very enthused about anybody hugging her. Remember?
Just
I
a
mean,
little.
she's a robot, right?
She
So,
loves to
come on.
hit a doofus,
She
but
does.
she don't like to hug
But only
one.
if she has some cards. Auntie Rachel just said something that I could completely understand. I was going to quit BB if he didn't leave Riley, and I may not invest my summer next year because the CBS edit is ridiculous. But as I said earlier, I think that's part of the plan. I don't
You
think
think
that's a
that having
flaw.
that
Yeah,
ridiculous edit?
yes, because I think that's their way of taking the two things and trying to make them kind of like play off each other for more eyes both places.
Yeah.
Otherwise it'd be boring. They're creating some
So do
drama
you think
between that.
like CBS is treating the story, like the plot of this whole story, like a choose your own adventure?
uh yeah, but you can't go back and re-choose is the only problem.
What's a
um
little bit strange is like it's a known comment that's made often is that a lot of things in the past that have happened in the house that the feedsters have seen and they disagree with and it's really ugly or what have you, and it doesn't get shown into the CBS edit, and it makes people upset enough. The key to getting them to finally show something in the edit is TMZ, because once TMZ
that's
gets a
true.
hold of what's going on in the Big Brother house, that
Yeah,
publicity is so much and so
that'll
negative.
poke through these other people, yeah, into popular culture, right? Like
Yeah.
yeah, the
But
casual,
I mean, at the end of all this, it's a tough call because CBS doesn't want to have another moment like, like Mickey walking out to win the game to no applause and confetti and someone like PR whispering in his ear and just watching his face go white, like
yeah,
immediately
dude,
I
they
knowing.
don't
wonder. I
like
wonder if they
you.
take him like into a conference room after and go. Now we have to tell you what you're going
Yeah,
to
they
face.
they do. They have a
They
PR
have
team
to.
on staff that goes through everything and
I wonder
You
if they
just
like
effed
encourage
your
him
life up.
just like delete your Instagram and your Facebook right now.
Yeah, yeah, that's gone. Those days are gone,
most of them will
buddy.
have, well, not all of them, but most of them that are at least a little bit savvy or have friends in the industry that have played do completely lock out their socials when they go into the house. Like they shut it all down. A lot of them will have their family members also shut everything down, because the unfortunate reality
Yeah.
to reality television is that the person in the house isn't taking any of the heat while they're there, but their family members are,
Oh yeah,
because
No doubt.
they're probably keeping journals like this is all the stuff we gotta tell them when they come out. Oh my
yeah.
gosh.
And it can
And
get really ugly and
that's
ridiculous,
not
but
even like the current events and the things that are happening in the world that they're missing out on.
Well,
It's a lot.
and
I couldn't be away that long.
and I think there's something to the idea that because they're on TV, people forget they're real people. And
True.
because look, if
yeah.
we go back through the 5 or 6 years we've been doing this, I've probably been rougher on contestants than I would be if they were sitting in the room with me.
Of
And
course.
Oh,
that's
100
and I really
100%.
tried to not do that anymore. You know, I've
100%.
tried to not be over the top with my commentary, understanding that they're never going to watch this anyway. But if they did,
David,
would
don't you say that.
I wouldn't want them to be. But I wouldn't want to be intentionally hurtful to a person. You know what I'm
No, and
saying?
if
So I
yeah,
think people forget that they're real people because they appear to be playing a character. And some of them, I think, are playing a character, at least 2 this year. But
I mean, that's
Well,
another conspiracy theory, but
it's a piss poor conspiracy theory.
Mama Mia did say a little bit ago about the blockbuster that he was so sure he had the votes that maybe that's why he locked in just tying her.
I mean, he said that he
And
was
if that was
surprised.
the
He said he
and
was blindsided. It was a
if that was
surprise.
the case, then that makes it even more delicious that he could have
I mean, and really,
fought
if you
harder.
think about it, it kind of probably was. It was probably a blindside to a lot of people, because if you look at the way that everything fell, it seems that Ava was the split. And I mean, she was
well,
sitting
the
there like,
edit
which one do I
certainly made it
pick?
appear
So,
she was.
well,
Mhm.
I mean, there was a little bit of that in the edit, but then
And
But nobody else
proof
was
is,
definitive. Was anything but definitive that I can think of. Did
yeah,
anybody else hedge when they went in there?
not really.
No.
no more. Sorry,
Some of them
Ashley.
regrettably voted, but you know
No,
they regrettably
Ashley
voted
smiled pretty much
and
the
then
whole time.
shout
She's
out to
fine.
everyone they've ever known.
Yeah,
So
no, Ashley was perfectly fine. She was like, I'm just gonna go in there
Yeah,
and vote him out. No
Mickey,
big deal.
like, yeah. I mean, it wasn't a huge
Whatever.
deal, but the thing is with Ava, it's like I could watch her almost say Riley or almost say, you know what I mean? It went back and forth. Like,
what do you think she went in intending to do? Because it almost like she changed her mind. Because
it kind
she
of feels
actually
like she did.
stopped, and like there it was weird
Yeah.
TV because she didn't do anything for like 8 seconds.
It
She just seemed completely like just
when
like
it was announced
frozen for a
that
moment. Like
when it was announced that Mickey had won, Ava looked like her face, her demeanor changed entirely. Like she definitely had the old crap
oh,
going
I'm
on.
voting for Mickey. Yeah.
You know, so
And Mamma Mia makes a point. Instead of Ava, turns out Vince was the
well,
deciding
and
vote. Well,
Vince,
Vince was the turncoat for sure. I mean, he told Riley, "There's no way I'll ever vote for you," and then turned around and did. So
and that's what I mean. Where
that's the game.
Vince
But
does
It's the
have
game.
some game that he's playing, but the the iffy part with Vince is, let's say he continues to do this and gets to the end. I don't know if Vince has it unless he is playing the part. I don't know that
he's
Vince is going to
absolutely
be
playing the
like,
part.
but I don't think the part that he's playing is rips off his mustache and goes, "Ha ha, it turns out I was very savvy the entire time." That's not the part he's playing.
That would be
Well,
funny, though.
It would be amazing, but I don't see
And
him
And then
just
playing
Ava
it at
rips
the
her
end.
entire face off and goes, "I was evil Dick the whole time."
God, the fan fiction we can come up with, guys. Well, I think that pretty much covers everything that is really the big talking point this week. There's been
yeah.
a lot of really goofy ass things that went on, but you know what? Tonight we won because I mean, honestly, having Rachel win HOH meant we were winning because
Yeah.
somebody who was being a jerk had to leave. So, it
Well,
was a
we knew
pretty
she
good
would.
chance.
Yeah,
We
and
knew
you
she
know
would
what
flush
else?
some, right? The floaters had to go.
Now we can concentrate on the game instead of the other, extraneous
Yes.
creepiness,
Yes.
right?
That's
Which,
how.
which,
Yeah.
because if he would have stayed in, this wasn't
It,
going to end as long as he was
no,
in
it would
the
have been.
house.
It would have been
So,
continued to be a distraction. They would have continued to edit it like it was the love story of the century, and
oh,
it
they
would have
They
still
would have.
will.
continued.
You watch the next
We
week;
would
it'll be
have.
like,
We will continue to just be like puking. Like it's so gross. Anyway. Yeah.
And they always do that because they are just like they have to have a. If there isn't a showmance, they don't know what to do with themselves. Like they're so dependent on that as being one of the storylines that they just don't know how to do it otherwise. That's why we get these people who like lived in the same house for 2 days and then one leaves and then the other one is pining for them the
Listen.
entire time.
Every TV show wants to have a love story. That's just writing 101, right? Some characters have to be in love.
They just gotta.
Blech.
What do we do?
Anyway.
What do we do
All
with
right.
it?
Well, y'all,
I can give
anything
you
else?
the I can
Oh,
give you the
let's do
rundown
our
here.
let's do our deets.
All right. So if you would like to, you could find us on Facebook. We are at Tally the Votes on Facebook. So this is where you need to go if you've got memes, you've got quizzes, you've got anything from the other socials you want to screenshot and send our way. Come on over. Like literally, it all goes. It's whatever it is, as long as it's within the reality competition spectrum.
One
We're
of us is
wanting to talk about it. So just
or
get
someone
in
there
there.
is, yeah.
Yeah, someone in this group is watching it. So that's where you go for that. You can also find us on Insta. And if you enjoy a podcast rather than a vidcast, you got a long commute, you want to listen to it in the car, then you can, head on over to any of the places that you listen to your favorite podcasts, and you can find us on the Jay and Jack Whole Enchilada feed. And speaking of Jay and Jack, we would also like to give a shout out and a special thanks to the Jay and Jack Patreons, and especially those who contribute at a certain level, which is Eckhart Rickner, Maggie the Magnificent, Joanne with the Plan, Ed the Creepy Poopy Head Mailman. If you would like to be a Patreon, you can go to patreon.com/slash Jay and Jack. And if you have any feedback that when you're watching this week, if you're watching the feeds, you're watching the Sunday show, the Wednesday show, the Taylor and the Derek of all of it, you just got something you want to say, you can send us that feedback and then we'll talk about it next week. And that is at tallythefeedback@yahoo.com. I think that's it. I
Very
think that's
nice.
everything.
Well, I want to thank Mama Mia for visiting us for the first time. She says I'm a first
Yeah.
timer and stumbled on y'all because I was looking for someone live streaming about tonight's Big Brother episodes.
Well,
And
we are
are my
here
people,
every
and I
week.
love to chat about reality TV shows. So join us on
Boom.
Facebook. Jump in. You can tell me why I'm wrong. I'm used to it. These two do it all the time.
And
It
you know what?
happens.
We will be back every Thursday night after 15 minutes after the eviction, we go live and we start talking about what we just saw. So if you need that fix to have to say it, we'll say it. You can say it, we'll read it, we'll talk.
We're all
It'll
here
be a
for
whole
these
thing.
things. And if you
Um,
like Survivor or Australia's Survivor, we are covering Australia versus the World. We are
Which
doing
is
those
the
Wednesday
bomb.
nights.
It is so good.
It is
Wednesday
so good.
nights, yes.
It is
Please
not too
watch
late.
it if you aren't.
And-
yeah. Oh,
And I
so
just
worth
want to
it.
wrap up with a very special shout out to our fan Maddie out there. Maddie, we see Ava for who she is.
No, not we.
I am with
not
you.
We.
There's
I'm
Maddie,
no
talking
we.
about, I'm
David,
talking
there's
about
no we.
she and I. I'm
There's
saying,
no we.
Maddie, you and I know what's up with Ava. That's all I gotta
Mhm.
say, and it's nothing good.
Go Stars.
And with that, I'm done.
All right, guys. Well, if you are just Big Brother, we'll see you next week. And if you're AU Survivor, we'll see you, well, also next week, but Wednesday night. All right. Bye, guys.
Bye.
I think the music is broke. There it is.
I was just gonna, we go.
I can't figure out the off button. So there-